Hey guys, welcome back to the Aquarium Noob here. Got a bit of a project going today. My wife has decided we could put a few more tanks in the spare bedroom back here. Couch over here, it's still kind of in disarray, but cat tree. But anyway, see where that's just a little shelf I had, table, and using it for a height reference. We are going to put, I think I'm going to put a 55 over here, kind of where that stand is at. Of course, it's going to be, that's like 54 inches across there for a 48-inch tank. And I think I'm going to make it where I can put a double, to where I can put one on top and one on bottom. And then I'm going to build, I've got 6 foot, just a little over 6 foot there. And I'm going to put 2 matching stands. Well, actually they'll be connected and secured against the wall. And I'm going to put 2 65 gallons on top of this one, 2 65 talls. Anyway, that is my project for today, among other things. Just wanted to give you kind of a preview. Let's walk out here. Let's walk out here. Proper range for cichlid tanks. It's the one that had all the babies. A little female there. Little female yellow electric. That Dempsey looking at me, who's still not supposed to be in that tank, but I just haven't found a place for him. He rules the tank right now. The live bearer tank, 55 gallon, and of course the 120 Oscar and parrotfish and the sevens. But anyway, I digress. Let's walk out here to the garage. Got some of my lumber here. I've got other lumber in the big garage, the other workshop. I set up right here. That's where I'm going to do my cutting. And we bought, these are the 2 65s. There's one, and there's another one that came with a stand. Got them from the same person. 150 for the set. Came with a lot of decorations, which I may or may not use. Some white sand, which I think I am going to use, because I've never done white sand before, and I think it will look cool. And then back here behind it, if you notice, there is a new 55 gallon setup with an ensemble with the heater and lights and tops and filters and all that stuff for $139 from PetSmart, which I thought it's too good of a deal to pass up. And right now I'm wishing I went ahead and got a second one. So I'd already have the second one to put on there. Anyway, I'm going to film some of this build with what I can. I'll show you how I'm doing it, what I'm making it out of, which is going to be mostly made out of 2x10s. That's what I did the 120 stand with, and also the office stand in there with the 5 tanks on it, and they both held up well, so I'm going to go with what works and what I know. And this time I'm going to try to film some of it and show you what I'm actually doing, because I missed most of it on the other builds. Anyway, I'm going to set up a tripod here in a little bit, do some measuring. I already know what my initial cuts are. I'm going to be doing the legs at 36 inches, and then I'm going to do the 5 foot. The 5 foot for the 5 foot top, 5 foot stand. I'm going to build first for the 55 gallon, and then I'll hook the 6 footer onto that for the 2 65s. Well, here we go. I'm going to start with the footers, the legs, at exactly 36 inches. I had to use this trim to get this up to the same height as this, because you definitely want this saw at the same height out there as here, or you end up with a board that's cut at an angle, and then you're going to run into all kinds of problems. So the more level and straight you can start with, the better you are. These are 10 footers. By the way, this stuff has gotten really expensive. These used to be like $10 for a 2 by 10 by 10 footer. These were 21 something dollars, 21 something a piece. So lumber has gotten outrageous. So really think about how you want to build. You probably build it cheaper with a metal rack system. I didn't want a metal rack system. I see lots of metal rack systems and they work fine, but they look like a metal rack system. I like something that looks at least mostly finished, you know, like a piece of furniture. That's why I'm doing it this way. Some people will frown on this because they will say it's going to bow, it's going to warp, it's too much weight. But built it stout enough. I haven't seen it. There was a little settling on the tank that's on the 130. That's because I built it at my shop, my work shop, and I built it in 2 pieces, mirrored each other, you know, to go together. 2 by 10, 2 by 10s, you know, make it 19 inches wide. And then when I went to put them together, when I got here, because they were too heavy to move, I had to do some shimming around to get it, and I got off, I mean, just a fraction. So I'm going to have to go under there and shim under the tank just a hair on one side, I noticed. All your support is on, well, pan around over here to this tank. All the support is on the outside. Where your center brace is here, which y'all can see it from y'all's angle, the center brace is there. There's no, other than water weight, on the glass itself. Glass don't touch. So as long as you're flat here and here, you're fine. If it settles a little in the center or something, it's not going to be a big deal. But you got to make sure you got good support out here on this. So preferably, you know, you build it out here, and then you have a 2 by 6 coming across here, keep it nice and flat, and screw that down on there. It's going to be a nice straight edge, and it's going to stay straight. So that's my plan. I will probably fast forward through a lot of this cutting and stuff, but I just want to get it on film. I love this little saw. It's worked out well. Okay, I've managed to do a lot of my cuts. There's all my 36 inches there. There's my 5 footers for the 55 gallon tank, and there are 2 of my 6 footers for the 236s. I got one more cut to do on that. that will be all my primary cutting done. Okay, I got my stuff moved in here. Now, I'm going to build this thing on the ground and then stand it up. Basically, it'll be two pieces. So there's going to be a 2x10 and then a 2x10 here by 5 foot. It's going to be out from the wall because I need to allow room for if I decide to put a canister filter on it later. I want room to have my hoses come up there and the wires and stuff like that. This one for the 55, I still built it just as wide as a 65, just in case someday I get a bigger tank and I want something that's 18 inches wide. I'll have room. And not to mention, it kind of works out even because the time this gets out here, the 6 foot is going to bring me right to that corner there. That's where I'll end up cutting this one off at, is when I'm exactly wherever I'll move it out the wall just far enough to where I'm exactly 6 foot on that corner. That is my plan. So I'm going to start framing up here on the floor. Okay, these are brackets I got. These are pretty freaking heavy duty. Should not move. Got a little bit of bobble in the floor here, so I'm going to have to straighten it up. I'm going to attach this one on a level spot. I gotta go get some heavy duty hardware. Okay, finally, after a few interruptions and one mismeasurement, had to recut these just a tad bit shorter. I got the first side up, and I'm fixing to build the second one, put it up there, and then get my spacing away from the wall to put my brackets on, and then get them put together, put my bracing in. Let's see if this side goes just a little easier than the other one. Okay, guys, got it finally framed up. As you see, support here, supports here, supports here, 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 and then I'm fixing to come in here, find my stud, and I'm going to put these guys in on the wall, which supports this backside in the center, or close to the center. I've got it pulled off the wall so my hob can go on the back. So all my framing is done now. And then I will take and smooth this out with some putty. Make sure I got a nice edge here, because quite honestly, when I do those 265s, I'm probably going to bring one right to here. Well, you can't see that. Probably going to bring one right just over just a little bit here, because they're about 36 1/8. So if I'm not careful, I'll end up with a, you know, an 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch hangover down here. So I'm going to make sure that's nice and smooth and flush across here. Bring my aquarium over. I ended up coming out farther than I really anticipated when I designed this, so that 55 is going to go to right about here. So I'm going to have limited view, but it's going to be, I'm not going to put it dead center, I'm going to put it toward the back. So I think from here, it's not going to block much of the view. We'll see. And anyway, that's where we're at. Get my bits and my screws. Okay, we are built and ready to paint. Fill all this in good. I've still got a little bit of a bobble here. I don't know if you can see them on the floor here, but there's some rubber sheets, some stuff that I use at work. It's thin rubber with a little edge on it. Anyway, I've already tested it for this 55 where this little bobble is here. I'm going to put a piece here, a piece here when I put the tank on. And I've already tested it and it's completely flat. So that'll take care of that without me having to get a belt sander out and just doing a lot of dust sanding. So anyway, this is going to be all painted black, just like the rest of the aquarium stands. And then I'm going to start setting up the aquariums. Knock on wood. well, we have it painted. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like when it gets some tanks on it. I'm still going to fix this little bobble here. I'm putting these rubber mats under here. I'm going to cut those and put them in. And I may go ahead and set the 55 up. I'm sure not happy with the way it's going to look. I'd rather just have another 65 setting there. 65, 65. I've got 3 65s. Then maybe stick another one under there. There's actually room. But I already have a new 55 and those 2 65s I bought. So I'm just going to go with that for now, and if I decide to change it later, I will.